Welcome back to your boys, the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, everybody. Lanny Burt, the Dividend Diplomats. Guys, today, you know what we're talking about? Something we haven't talked about in a while here.
What's going on here?
Dividend increases, everybody. It has been a crazy couple weeks of dividend increases in the market. We're pumped. They're finally back. Companies are juicing up that dividend. We're going to cover 7 dividend increases right now in this video.
Yeah, it's not all loom and doom here, guys. Dividend investing is still strong and more relevant than ever. Subscribe to this channel. Give this video a nice thumbs up because this is going to be some nice action-packed, rapid-fire 7 colossal dividend increases over the last couple of weeks here in June that you guys need to know about because you may be thinking about investing into these dividend stocks right now.
That's right. And remember, we're pursuing financial freedom. We are buying dividend growth stocks to grow our passive income to reach financial freedom. That dividend income, we're going to live off that one day. We are going to live off of it. That is the goal. So obviously buying stocks to grow your income is a big piece, but also companies just increasing it, organically seeing your income grow by companies announcing dividend increases is a huge part of this formula. That is why we are so pumped up to cover dividend increases in this video.
We've got 7 of them. Like I said, we got some dividend aristocrats, dividend kings, dividend growth stocks and industries that may be giving you maybe a little bit of indication that everything is okay as well. So very excited, Bert, to kick this one off.
Let's kick this one off with the big feature one. I'd say this is probably the most exciting dividend increase of them all. Kroger, ticker symbol KR, the stock that has popped up on Laney's stock watch list all throughout 2023, continues to be there. Kroger's getting ready to close the Albertson acquisition. And what's funny about Kroger is they always have a strong dividend growth rate. And we have been saying we don't expect strong dividend growth because this company is about to have a major acquisition, take on a bunch of debt, work through it. So we were expecting
Hold my beer.
Yeah, that's pretty much. They gave us I would say they gave us more of the often than this because they're like, you know what, you guys for doubting us, we're wrong. We just announced an 11.5% banger dividend increase for Kroger, ticker symbol KR. That quarterly dividend went from 26 to 29 shares, 11.5%, everybody.
Yeah, guys, I mean, definitely higher than expectations. If you had high expectations from a massive acquisition like this, hey, yeah, you were right. But
Yeah.
expectations were definitely lower for us. So we were actually pleasantly surprised by this. I mean, going from 26 to 29, continuing that dividend streak for over 16 years. There's no question an increase was coming, but did not expect it to be this large.
No idea either. And they're well on their journey to becoming a dividend aristocrat. Now, there's 16 plus years of increase in that dividend, so they have less than a decade to go, which is fantastic. And with that, their yield is now over 2.5% with this increase. So it's people would always say Kroger had a lower yield. This changes the narrative on it. An 11.5% dividend increase is going to do that. So great first way to start this video off, I would say.
Now, Bert, I know you own, I think, the second stock, right?
Yeah, I was actually pretty pumped up about this one because I didn't even catch this. Lanny had to tell me about this one, and I owned it. I was very pumped up. And I was also kind of shocked by this one too. If you want to talk about sectors that I was not expecting a large dividend increase to come from, banks, ticker, and this bank, Fulton Bank, ticker symbol FULT, been buying up.
You had him at the first 2 letters of the ticker, FU.
Yeah, pretty much. What was it? The
SPFU, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That is that. So that's basically what Fulton said to everybody. And we'll come back to because this is going to tie in a comment that Lanny said. Fulton announced a 6.7% dividend increase, 15 cents to 16 cents. Not a pretty decent increase, single digit. Their yield's now 5.3%. They've increased it 2 years, but banks are a little skewed because they had to pause it during the onset of the pandemic. But I think Lanny teased an important point here. Maybe there's some healthy signs coming in a sector that nobody was expecting it because banks were hammered about capital. Banks were hammered about not having enough deposits, not having enough cash. That's been the narrative ever since March. Now, come the end of June, banks have had time to watch all the capital settle. You're starting to see normalcy in the sector. My question is, would a bank that's having capital issues, a bank that doesn't have cash, subsequently then announce a 6.7% dividend increase. That doesn't make sense. So maybe signs are starting to normalize for some of those banks that are saying, hey, this doesn't impact us that much. We're making it through. We're fine. We're going to get back to normal operations. And that's what you're seeing here with a bank like Fulton.
Yeah. Congrats, Bert. That's
Thanks.
huge because, again, they're not one of the bigs. They're about 27 to 30 billion in total assets. So for all the smaller regionals and community banks, this could be a great sign for what's to come. Again, 5.3% yield. So it's not like they yielded only 1%, 2%, 3%. This is a high yielding bank stock that just said, screw you, we're going 6.7%.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So let's get out of the banking sector now. Lanny, you want to talk about dividend increase number 3 here on this?
Oh, yeah. I see where you're going with this. Darden Restaurants, ticker symbol DR. Do they own Olive Garden, Bert?
Oh, let me check. That's a great point. That was exactly right when you said that. I knew exactly why. Darden Restaurants, our company. Let's go to their website. I can't remember, so it's going to be a live check. Oh man, hold on, 3. Give me a second.
The live check guys doing checking out their
Yeah.
brands. Oh yeah, they definitely own
Yeah.
Olive Garden. So
Yeah.
that's puts dig at me. I'm Italian, and he knows how I feel about Olive Garden. Um,
Yeah, Lanny had
but
Olive Garden caterers wedding for anyone that didn't.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
all right. So no hate on the Olive Garden. I'm sure
yeah,
they do great Italian food.
yeah.
Or and
Breadsticks stirring up that coffee mug every single morning at your house, Lanny. It's
oh
great.
God. So they actually had a huge increase.
Yeah.
The restaurant scene is obviously, yeah, it's all interesting. Everything's very expensive. It costs a lot of money to do everything. I think companies are also adjusted to the DoorDash, the Uber Eats, the Grubhubs, you name it. So they've all figured out the ways to make sure you can come back as a customer. And it seems like, families still had a lot of pent up demand to go out to eat, and maybe people are just choosing to go out to eat versus traveling versus, everybody's kind of scaling to something else maybe. But Darden's doing great. I mean, again, a big brand of portfolio, not just Olive Garden, but they got Longhorn Yard House, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, the Capitol Grill, Bahama Breeze, a lot of your kind of hotel, higher end restaurant areas.
Yeah, no, I mean, as bad as it sounds, like credit card debt's exploding in the US. We're almost at over $1 trillion. So people are still spending, like you're saying, Lanny. It's a very great point to make. And with some of these, you can use the eye test. When you drive past Olive Gardens, when you drive past Yard House, when you drive past these in your neighborhoods, they're always packed because they're in those high traffic areas right around the hotels with business travel picking up. They're in the spots where people are going to go. And when you drive by them, people are there. So it's interesting. The eye test says, yes, it does make sense that Darden's going to not be able to announce a big increase.
So they had an 8.3% huge increase here from $1.21 to $1.31. They yield only 1.45%, but hey, they have a pretty good dividend growth rate to go with that lower yield. They're back to resuming dividend increases as they had, a little bit of a shakeup during the pandemic, like most restaurant companies or entities had to go through. During the pandemic, they actually went from 88 cents down to 30 cents. In that towards the end of 2020, but then they kind of started rebounding the dividend quickly, 30 to 37, 37 to 88, 88 to $1.10, $1.10 to $1.21. Now we're back up to $1.31. So well above the pre-pandemic dividend rate now at this point. I mean, they've blown that out of the water.
Beautiful. So not only are they having the money to acquire Ruth Chris, but they're also getting shareholders a nice return on top of it. So it's fantastic.
A couple years of increases here. So
yeah, I mean, if you're going to play in a restaurant sector, they're diversified. It might not be a bad play on the restaurant sector if you're looking to do one. So interesting, very nice with Darden. 8.3% increase, very, very solid. Let's move to number 4 here. We're going back to Dividend Kingdom, everybody. Target, ticker symbol TGT. This dividend increase was about a week and a half ago. So it's a little bit older, but we haven't talked about it. So we're going to bring it back. We've covered Target over a lot over the last month. It's one of our favorite undervalued Dividend Kings right now. It's one of my favorite Dividend Kings. No matter what, I still throw it in that list. So what did Target do? 1.9% dividend increase. They increased the quarterly dividend from 108 to 110. And it kind of trends. It's like what we've been saying with all the other companies. It trends with what's happening with Target. Target's hit with some rough news right now. A lot of inventory, a lot of theft, a lot of stuff going on, slight weakening in consumer sales. They've also been hit with some of the political stuff, the political fallback from some advertising and some stuff that's going on with Target. So all things considered, small 1.9% dividend increase. Their yield now is well above 3%. It's 3.3%. And again, they're a dividend king. They're going to keep that dividend moving forward no matter what's happening right now.
Yeah, Target guys. I don't know who was buying in the 120s, but let us know in the comments below.
Wasn't me. I missed the 120s. I hit them at 130, and that's when I pushed them over the 100 share mark.
Let's get into dividend stock number 5. Good old SHEL. We're talking about oil, ticker symbol SHEL. Again, another company that had a colossal dividend cut during the pandemic. Haven't done that since one of the world wars. And they've been trying to roar back that dividend to pre-pandemic highs, which was around 94-ish. So yeah, now they're over. They announced that they expect to do a 15% increase, so 57.5 cents all the way up to over 66 cents per share per quarter. Yields well over 4% at 4.4% yield. With now over, again, they've resumed dividend increases for the last couple of years as they're still climbing back. Again, still 28-ish cents below their pre-pandemic dividend rate.
They're climbing. They're making the moves. I mean, when oil's jumping up as much as it is, it makes it easy for oil companies to start juicing up that dividend again. So nice job, 15%. We both own SHEL. We freaking love it. Number 6. Cool. Realty Income, ticker symbol O. We're talking about the Dividend Aristocrat, everybody's favorite monthly dividend paying REIT. Realty Income, they just did their standard quarterly dividend increase here. Not large. It's always the funniest one to talk about. 25.5 cents to 25.5 cent there for it. So a 0.2% dividend increase from 0.2550 to 0.2555. So nothing too crazy. Their annualized dividend is 5.2%. That's where their yield is at this current mark. And again, they've increased for 26 cents. This is just normal course of business for Realty Income. This is what they do.
Yeah, look at the 12-month, growth on Realty Income. Don't focus on just this increase because they increase it quite often, once a quarter, throughout the year. So guys, don't be upset by a 0.2% dividend increase because there's plenty more where that does come from. Bert, what about number 7 here? Do you own number 7 as well?
My wife owns number 7 as well. Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. All right. They increased that dividend from $1.20 to $1.30, 8.3% dividend increase right there. It's almost the second one we had. Darden went from 121 to 131. CAT went from 120 to 130. Another great dividend increase for Caterpillar. Their yield is now 2.2%, and they are a quiet dividend aristocrat. I always forget that they're a dividend aristocrat. That's why I keep saying quiet.
Love it. Yeah, they slide under the radar there quite a bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. But it's a huge stock. Drive down the road, drive down. Just again, use your eyes. Construction, watch what's happening. Caterpillar is everywhere. So nice to see that they juiced up 8.3% dividend increase. There we have it. 7 dividend increases for the week. We had our first one. Kroger, 14.5%. Fulton, 6.7%. Darden, 8.3%. Target, 1.9% increase. SHEL, 15% dividend increase. Realty Income, 0.2%. Caterpillar, 2.2%. Those are the 7 dividend increases that we featured in this video today.
Bert, this is great. How many of these did you receive yourself?
Ooh, all right. Let's go down the list. I received Kroger, Fulton, Target, SHEL, Realty Income. I had to get the second hand up here because we received the Caterpillar increase of all 6. What about you, Lanny? Count them out.
Brother. Yeah. All right, Chico. Hey, I had 5. I do not own Fulton, but we had 5 out of the 7 here on this list. So how many did you guys own, brothers? Let us know in the comments how many of these stocks are hoping you get to financial freedom. Let us know what other increases we missed here on today's video as well.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big old-fashioned thumbs up. And Lanny, what are we missing?
You're either with us or you're against us. That was Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.